Hey guys, Tegan here again. Um, Today is October 12th, 2023. Once again, the name of this channel is Digital Money Flow, where we teach you how to make money online. This is another recording about how we can qualify leads effectively so we can make more money online. The name of this channel is Digital Money Flow, where we teach you how to make money online. Now, when it comes to qualifying leads, why is it so important to qualify leads? Because you want to be able to speak to the right people who already are ready to buy and just need a good place to do it. They just want to make sure you're the right fit, right? Those are the people we want to spend time talking to. We don't want to spend time talking to the people who don't have money anyways. So, um, so uh, first thing to understand is whenever we're selling something online, usually we may be predisposed to selling things to people who selling low ticket, selling our product to people who fit the low ticket criteria, right? So we may be selling a multi-thousand-dollar product to somebody who can't afford a multi-thousand-dollar product, right? So we're selling something that is not the right fit for them. Maybe it does all the things they need, but they can't afford it. So it may not be the fit, right? So we can choose, who are we targeting? Are we targeting people in the low ticket area, in the mid ticket area, or high ticket area, right? If you're doing advertising services, low ticket, right, might be $100 a month. Mid ticket might be a few $100s a month, and high ticket is going to be thousands of dollars a month, right? So first thing to consider is being familiar with being familiar with the entire flow of how to push people through a funnel, how to push them through certain obstacles to where they ultimately are the right person that we talk to. Because you can't call like a Jeff, the CEO of a typical successful company, and just get a hold of them. Doesn't work. You're going to have to speak to their gatekeepers, go through hoops, fill out forms, watch webinars, right? And even then, there's no guarantee they're going to end up talking to the business owner. So you want to do your best to create these gatekeepers, right? You can't call up a billionaire and just say, hey, look, I want to talk to you. It's like you got to go through things first to even be considered in that realm, right? So the first secret to qualifying leads is to create more obstacles, okay? By creating more obstacles, you're going to force your leads to consume your content and provide insight into their business before speaking to them on the phone, right? They're going to give you insight into their business before you talk to them on the phone. This is so important because we want to make sure that we're talking to the right people with all the right problems that we are predisposed to helping. You also are going to need to test out different obstacles for their effectiveness, right? Some examples could be just, doing registrations, applications, webinars, having gatekeepers, videos, books, and content that they have to get through before they can talk to you, right? So those are a few examples of some obstacles. The second secret to qualifying leads more effectively is organizing your obstacles. First is creating your obstacles. Next is organizing them in a streamlined process. So it's airtight. So, you can sell it to anybody, right? The way you can do this is get ideas from other people who are already doing these webinar registrations or indoctrination emails, automated webinars, or virtual gatekeepers, right? Find these successful people who are already very, very good at it. Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that whenever you generate the traffic, it follows through a certain flow. If you're selling high ticket, for example, right? So you can go from generating your traffic source to leading them to a registration page. After they, fill out that registration page or form, takes them to a webinar where they watch. All the wrong people are going to leave the webinar. All the right people will stay on the webinar and then ultimately book, right? And once they book, that's who you end up talking to. So So what we want to do is, this is how we can make sure that we end up on that call with the right people. So first things first, the registration form. It can be a Facebook lead form, right? It can be a landing page form where you put a form on a website. It could be a survey they have to answer before they actually register and arrive at the spot where they can then take advantage of it, right? So once they then watch that webinar, right? They register for the webinar where they can watch some free training. After that, when they've watched the free training, you then allow them to either book or join you for your next live webinar where you're going to help them out even more, right? So next piece here is you're going to want to make sure that you've created some indoctrination emails. First email that you want to send after you've registered someone is the acknowledgement email, right? Like the I feel you email. And very, very important to do this one. Right? The in-doc email that you would send out, for example, is the acknowledgement of where they're at in their life currently and what their pain point might be. You're going to include in email 2, you're going to include your mission. In email 3, you're going to mobilize them and say, I can help you, right? So they've registered. Right after the registration form, you hit them with these emails where it basically funnels them into the webinar, into that registration, right? And from there, what you're going to want to do is once they've registered, they've watched the, for the webinar, then the people who leave the webinar, they're not qualified. That's a really good thing because you don't want to talk to those people anyways. So they end up leaving. After that, once the webinar is done, there's then an opportunity for them to book a slot, right, with one of your team members, preferably. And if you don't have a team member, don't give them a number to call on the booking page. Tell them that they'll be getting a call at a scheduled time. And if there's a number that they can call, have it go to your salespeople first, if possible, for you, right? And then, but truly, how do we know if we're actually, profitable with this whole process? Well, the last secret is to actually just go in and track your results. The reason we want to track our results is because we want to know what's working, what's not, right? So some good KPIs that you can monitor in your webinar funnel could be how well is your traffic source driving registrations? What are your open rates for your in-doc emails? How quickly do leads watch your webinar? How many of them actually stay until the very end? How many of them book an appointment? How many of them show up to the appointment? How many of them end up closing, right? So with that being said, if you do all these 3 things, you're going to have much, much more luck in qualifying leads and speaking to the right people, closing more deals, making more money online. Once again, the name of this channel is Digital Money Flow, where we help you make money online. Okay.